Alright, bro, we back with another video, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like terrible, bro. Not terrible, but like I don't feel great. Like, alright, so basically today, bro, I was supposed to go to my internship, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. I don't know if it was because of like just anxiety or but I don't know. I was driving through that campus, and some just told me not to go. I don't know what it was. Like, I really don't know what it was, but like something told me not to go. And as of recently, I've been listening to my intuition a whole lot more. And so when they told me not to go inside, I just chose not to go. So I decided to leave. But the thing is like, I've been putting this internship has kind of been like screwing me over. And honestly, it's a long story, and I'm not gonna explain it in this video. But long story short, it was my senior year of college. So it was my senior year of college, and basically, I'm a social work major, and out of the school that I go to, social work majors are required to have an internship, right? So they give you one. They give you a placement. And when I got my original placement last summer, I didn't really like the placement because it wasn't in a safe area, and I'm not about to be like getting bagged or whatever, right? So I was like, all right, like, I need a safer area because I can't be going down to that area because it's dangerous. And also some happened to me down there, but I'm not gonna say what it was. So I was like, nah, it has to be a safer area. But now that's where it kind of cooked me, because while everybody else started in September, or like late August, I didn't even start till like late October. So now, I didn't even start till late October. So now, what's it called? So, and now it's like kind of pissing me off because everyone else is done and I still have 180 hours to go, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, it's like with this internship stuff, it's like I never even really wanted to be a social work major. Like, originally I was a psych major, and then I switched out of obligation, but I didn't really have a choice because there was this one class that I just kept failing, and I just couldn't pass the class. So I took it like a bunch of times. I didn't pass. So because I failed it again, basically the psych department sent me an email saying, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you can't continue with psych because you're not passing this class. So I was like, that was kind of a bummer, but I figured everything happens for a reason. So that's when I switched to social work. And it was at probably the worst time possible to receive that news, because if you go to college, your junior year, you have to have a major picked out. And so the problem was I couldn't just go undecided. I had to pick something. So I ended up picking social work because it seemed like the closest thing actually it was sociology at the time. I picked sociology because at the time it seemed like the closest thing. And then I was minoring in social work. So then what I ended up doing was I switched the two, because somebody told me that if you're a social work major, you can get an internship. So I was like, all right, bet. So I was like, all right. So what I ended up doing was, sociology was my major and social work was my minor. I just ended up switching the two. So I made social work my major and sociology my minor. I was done with sociology by the end of junior year. So senior year, I would only have social work classes, and I would only have like social work classes and everything. So that would kind of just make things easier. And I passed all my social work classes, by the way. It's just that the one that I haven't completed yet is this one for the internship, which is kind of like pissing me off because I just don't like it. And then I didn't really have the best experience at the internship beforehand, because but I was there, like, I didn't feel like I was getting enough support, and they weren't really giving me enough things to do. But some of it was also kind of my fault too, because I didn't really put in the effort to maybe like be as good as I could have been. So I can take accountability for that for sure. It's just that, and I'm not excusing my actions here. It's just to provide some context. I didn't really like feel like I didn't want to go to the place. And I'm not saying like every time it's gonna feel that way, but like I feel like with them being a part of the internship and with them working for this company, they should know more than me. I shouldn't be having to go up to them and ask them to do things. They should be having things for me to do. Cause I'm an intern. I shouldn't be having to like go and ask to do things. Like, so I don't know. On that part, I feel like they were kind of lacking. I mean, they had me do a couple things here and there, and the biggest thing they had me do was to like edit, like rewrite their policy or whatever, which I ended up doing. So I mean, that was cool. But I don't know. I didn't really feel involved at all. I didn't feel involved at all. And so, you know, I just ended up like not putting in effort because like I didn't really feel, you know, involved, and they ended up dismissing me. But now the shady thing about it is that they didn't even tell me. Like, bro, they dismissed me like right when our spring break came. That was when they dismissed me. And to hear that, I was kind of just like, what? I was like, that's crazy. So yeah, when they dismissed me, they didn't even tell me. I had to find out from my social work professor, because he's the one that set me up with that internship. So I had to find out from him that they let me go, and they couldn't even tell me. And I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna trip off that too much. So now I have another one, but now it's like, I don't know. I don't even think I want to be a social work major, bro. Cause like, I only really did it because it was the closest thing I could pick to like still at least graduate with a degree. So, you know what I mean? So it was kind of just like, shucks. So yeah, I would say like, after the fall of junior year, that's when shit like changed completely. Like shit changed completely. I ended up having to take all these classes, and that was probably the turning point. Looking back, that was probably the turning point of like why I'm here now. So it's not all doom and gloom. Like I have 3 summer classes that I have to pass. It's June 1st as I'm making this video. So I'm like 90% confident I'm gonna pass all my classes by, because the end date is June 27th. So that's the end date for all of them. So I'm relatively confident I'm gonna pass those classes. The classes is not the problem. I will pass those classes. It's the internship, bro. Like, that's what's killing me, is the internship. And if I'm gonna be brutally honest, I just don't like it. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to know. And it's not a teaching internship. It's just an internship where like, it's at a school, and yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do it, bro. I just don't see myself really as a social work major. Like, yeah, I'm good with people, I guess, but like, I don't see myself as a social work major. I really don't. So, yeah, and eventually, what was I about to say? Eventually, my bad, I'm trying to think. But eventually, like, I forgot what I was gonna say. But basically what I'm trying to say is I have this internship, and I know I'm gonna pass the classes, and that's really the only thing holding me back is just the internship, because I still have 180 hours to complete. And I managed to complete, I think, 230 while still going to that internship, which is actually pretty impressive. I don't know how, but somehow it is. So I would actually have to complete less hours at this internship than I did at that internship. So in a way, I could probably just be like, yo, just lock in. And like, you could probably have just done like within like a month and a half, like probably before August, if I stay consistent with it. So yeah, but I don't know, it's a strange time, bro. Things just kind of feel weird. But man, I hate this internship, dog. And I honestly, it's a deeper issue than that, bro. Like, I never wanted to go to this school. I never wanted to be a psych major. Like, if I could have had it my way, because I live in the DMV, so like, to anybody who lives in the DMV, you know that, or like you'll know what schools I'm talking about. But basically, I go to a school in DC, not Howard, but it's a school in DC, and I'm trying to think. I go to a school in DC, and I never even wanted to go to that school. I was forced to go to that school. Where I really wanted to go to St. John's in New York, and then Towson, in Baltimore. And if those two didn't work, the more research I did, I ended up wanting to go to Morehouse. But I guess you could say it's my fault because I never transferred. But at the same time, yeah, it just is what it is. But I don't know. I just don't like Catholic at all. And if anything, I'm probably glad that I don't go to that school anymore. I'm gonna be so real. Like I'm really glad that I don't go to that school anymore, because I'm not gonna lie, like nah, bro. I don't like that school at all. I met some cool people there, and you know, I met some cool people there, and don't get me wrong, some of the people there are cool. Like they're really cool. But I never really feel like I made any friends, if I'm being honest. Like very, very, very few. Very, very few. Not a whole lot of friends. I could probably count on one hand like the amount of genuine friends I made from that school. Because even the people I was hanging out with, like, they ended up like turning their back on me. So it is what it is. But yeah, bro, like I don't know. But it's probably just a case of me just trying to lock in and finish this internship so I can just get this degree and get out of here. And I don't gotta deal with this school ever again. But it's hard, bro, because like the one thing holding me back is the one thing I don't want to do, and it's like damn. But I think at some point I'll probably just say to myself, like, you know what, bro, just lock in, lock in, finish the internship. I did more hours at an internship that did me worse than this one, so it won't be easy, but I think I'll get it done. And sometimes like when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that's when things tend to feel the hardest, because it's like you're almost there and you can see the end of the tunnel. And sometimes, like, I don't know, the human mind has a way of like self-sabotaging yourself in a way. So I don't know, it's weird, but yeah. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Yeah, bro, I really don't know. But I guess what I can say is that I feel like I wasted 4 years of my life got wasted, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like it did. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna trip about it too much now, but you know, all I can really do is just try to move forward from where I'm at and do the best I can. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I just wanted to vent real quick to y'all, and I appreciate y'all listening if you made it this far. But yeah, until then, I'm out.